Boy, howdy, Season 9 is finally here in Warcraft Rumble, and there's so much to cover. But first, I do want to give a very special shout out to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys for working with us. Now, first things first, when you first download the game again, or re-download the game, or update the game, if you will, to Season 9, you're going to be greeted with a plethora of bonuses depending on how far you are in your sigils. And if you're new to the game, if you click on your sigils, you can see there's now a bit of a roadmap that actually gives you more enticing rewards. And it was retroactive. So if you have fully completed and gotten all 160 out of 160, you actually got everything that was newly added. So a lot of us ended up with like thousands of gold and a bunch of upgrades and free stars and leader bonuses and all kinds of fun things, which was a phenomenal way of starting the brand new season, if I don't say so myself. Now, what else is in the new season? Well, we have our brand new mini, which is going to be Ysera, who is a new Cenarian leader. Let's go ahead and go to her question mark first. So Ysera is our third Cenarian leader, and she has her own little talents, if you will. We're actually going to cover her in a separate video, but they're all very, very unique, and she changes the game pretty dramatically. You don't actually summon Ysera. Instead, you actually get a bunch of new minis that are slightly different than what they are in their regular form. You now get them in like a dream realm, if you will, sort of form. Very, very fun to utilize, though, and her talents can make them either stronger or make them show up more frequently, or just completely put the whole board to sleep, which is kind of crazy, actually. What else do we have going on in Season 9? Well, we have our Ysera event, so we can actually get more of her. So first things first, this is similar to some of the newer events that we've gotten as of late. You can see that most of them are pretty simple. Log in to the event during the time period, or log into the game during the event, which goes on for another 12 days and 22 hours as of at least the time of this recording. You also just buy items from the grid and all kinds of things, upgrade your minis to rare, upgrade them to epic, and actually upgrade to legendary. Now, I conveniently, because I got all this gold from getting 160 sigils, which you have to get from beating the campaign both in normal and heroic, and I actually was able to upgrade my execute to legendary. So I've got a ton of these bonus points, and there's a lot of them, and you can see there's multiple stages for them. So when Arc-like surges with Cenarian minis, you can see I'm at 1 of 3. So you get a bunch of different sort of tickets, if you will, and then there's this new platform here. So you can see that I have actually almost already maxed it out. Now, with that being said, it's there are some phenomenal minis. There's a bunch of Ysera copies in there. I was actually able to get mine up to rare already just from completing all of just going for her first. I think that you can get almost all of if you complete all the events, I think you can actually unlock all of the rewards. So you don't have to feel pressured into like, ooh, which rewards do I want? But you can prioritize who you want first, which I think is actually really nice for this event. So me personally, I prioritize all of the Ysera copies because I really wanted to unlock her first. In addition to Ysera being introduced to the game in Season 9, we also have, in her event, we also have a new like enhanced bonus for quests. So you can get, I've been literally just spamming Ysera upgrades because I want to get her leveled as much as possible. But again, that's a video for a different time because boy, howdy, you're going to want to level her. And I can't wait to cover her and everything that she offers to the game. But you'll have these enhanced quests in addition to the PvP season resetting. So if I go over to my PvP guild rewards here, and click on the treasure chest, you can see that we have a new emote available. It completely reset. We're already almost a third of the way already. We are super duper active, and we already maxed out our Cenarian tomes. Of course, you get your epic and your legendary there. The epic is, believe it or not, the epic has actually been like the chokehold for me and a lot of my clanmates, where I have a ton of legendaries, but I just don't have enough epics to get to legendary. And then of course you need like the arc-like power to upgrade them. But let's jump back over here. Honestly, the update is keeping me super duper busy, and of course PvP has reset. And look, Ysera is totally available to you, that you can now push for honor in PvP. Again, I'm going to cover Ysera as a whole, but I covered in my last video talking about Season 9 my strategy going into PvP. If you're not a big fan of the Dragon Tower, they're on their website, on Warcraft Rumble's website. There's actually a full breakdown of all the different weekly affixes, if you will, for PvP. So if you really want to tailor your PvP push around a certain week, you use that material to your advantage, because honestly, that's kind of what I do. This one isn't a bad week though. These affixes, with the exception of Dragon Tower, which can kind of hinder melee units as soon as they get close, you can actually do a really good job of pushing in PvP. So a lot of super duper exciting things, in addition to obviously our Arc-like Surges, which also have Cenarian minis in them. And this one, it's like Cenarian and Alliance, so that'll be fun to use. In fact, let's go ahead and jump into, well, don't want to do that. No, I really want to show you Ysera. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a match here with Ysera, so I can get a little bit more extra experience. And you see the new load screen, which is actually super sick and has some foreshadowing of a upcoming event coming for Halloween rather, later in October. So can't wait for that to come out. Can't wait to see what new minis, because they did allude to that in their patch notes. So we'll have to see what comes at that point. All right, so let's put Ysera to work. All right, go ahead and start the fight. All right, so you can see this first one is Innervate, and this actually helps me get more of our gold very rapidly. So we're gonna go ahead and just summon a bunch of units here. Let's go ahead and put this here, and then we're gonna do Innervate. So in Innervate, you see I will get an excess of more gold a little bit quicker, for up to 10 seconds, I want to say is what it is. And you can see that you get all of the Cenarians with the talent, at least that I'm using for Ysera. You actually get her new units very, very quickly, which is kind of nice because I look forward to utilizing them. But this, let me show you this one. This is basically a sleep mechanic. So bonk, you can see I put him to sleep. It doesn't work on bosses, so don't try to do that. That was not my intent with that test there, but I definitely slept that guy, and he'll actually stay asleep for a long time. Ultimately, he did kill my unit, which is fine, but if you look at every time I play a mini, I lose health, and then every time I get a kill on one of their minis, I gain health. So that's sort of like the mechanic, if you will, for this Ysera quest. Not just this quest, but all quests for this. So it's actually kind of unique and has a little bit more strategy involved. All right, so easy victory there. Nothing too crazy to worry about. But now I got a little bit more experience on Ysera, and I can start working on leveling her up, because the really important thing to note is that her minis that she provides is tied to her level. So there is some foreshadowing for my next video, because if you level her up, you're actually getting more minis in your deck at a higher level. Keep that in mind. All right, go ahead and claim our goodies. Got a little bit more experience for her. And again, she is going to be my focus. And anytime I spam my quests for as long as I can, getting her as many levels as possible. And that is everything new in Season 9, as well as sort of the strategy that I utilized in the new Ysera event. Do as many as you can. Obviously, if you've been saving your gold and or your upgrade material, make sure you go ahead and upgrade them to at least one for each one. Upgrade to Rare, Epic, and Legendary, because that'll net you a ton of these tickets so that you can get more of Ysera. And like I said, I was able to get her to Rare, which isn't bad considering she just came out and I've already got her up to Rare. You can see that she's up to Rare right there. Now, you'll notice that as a reminder, you do have to keep in mind we have to upgrade all of her deck, basically, with the dungeon, which I think we have 2 cycles to go. So if you go to enter dungeon, you can see here. So right now we're in Horde Week. Then we have Blackrock, and then we have Undead, and then Cenarian. So we have 3 weeks to go before we can actually fully get her gold. And of course, I will be bringing you strategy for whatever the dungeon is that week. I will, of course, bring you all the tips and tricks for it so you can get them maxed out as soon as possible. So honestly, guys, I think Season 9 has been a home run so far. Lots of new rewards, a better new player experience in Warcraft Rumble, a very exciting new leader and minis, technically all built into one, as well as a free-to-play event that allows you to unlock Ysera even faster. Huge W in my opinion. Let me know what you are most excited about in Season 9, because boy howdy, this is a ton of new content and I can't wait to get my hands on it. And if you want to see a video where I jump into Ysera and why I think she is game-breakingly good, make sure you like and subscribe, because that video is coming up very, very soon. And until next time, guys, I hope to see you in a video soon. And once again, thank you so much, Warcraft Rumble, for sponsoring today's video. Have a good one.